Hello and welcome to Digital Goulash. My name is Chucky and today we're going to give you the tips and tricks to master the Liquify tool. Yes, if you like to see your pug have humongous eyes, or if you want to take down someone's nose just a little bit and give them puffier lips, this is the tutorial for you. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. I have this picture here by John Clegg and I have this picture here by Linolfian. I want to thank both of them. Using the Creative Commons Flickr license, they've given me permission to use these photos in these tutorials. Let's go back to the pug there and we can see when I turn this layer off, there was the original picture of the pug, and then here is the new picture that I did with the pug's eyes a little bit on the bulged outside. So let's go ahead and turn that off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate my layer. You do not have to do this unless you want to save the original so you can do some comparisons. So we're going to do the Command or Control J depending upon if you have a PC or a Mac. And then we're going to go over to the filter. We're going to select Distort, and then we're going to pick Liquify. Now, many of you have already played with this Liquify tool, but I'm going to give you a few tips that are going to make things a little bit more believable or a little bit nicer. Now, when we come over here, you see all the different types of liquefies that you have. You can use the Smudge Tool where you can smudge in on things. You can use this little wavy turbulence tool to give it a little bit of turbulence there. You can spin it to the left and to the right using these little twirl moves right there. And this is the one that most everyone uses to lose a little bit of weight, the pucker tool right there. And then when we want to bulge things out, we use the bloat tool there. I'm not going to cover these right now because I want to concentrate on the pucker tool here and I want to concentrate on the bloat tool. Now the first one we're going to use is we're going to use the bloat tool over here, and hopefully you can see this. What I'm doing is I'm going to pick a brush size that's about twice the size of the dog's eyes. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. I'm going to center this bloat tool right here and I'm going to click on it. Now what you need to do is I'm just going to click on it a number of times until I get the eye to where it's about the size that I want it. And you just keep going and going and going. And when I have about the eye the size that I want, I move on over to the other one. Once again, center it up. And then I'm going to go ahead and keep tapping gently until I get the eye to approximately the size that I want. Now one of the reasons I use this technique is because it's a little bit more believable because you stop losing a lot of the detail around the eye. So I'm going to keep going just a little bit. Now definitely if you're going to sharpen your photo, you want to do this method before you sharpen the photo because as you can see it's getting just a little bit blurry. The next thing that we want to do is we want to take the bloat tool and we want to go just inside the area of the eye, just a tiny bit, and we're going to keep tapping all around the edge of the eye, making the eye just a little bit bigger so it doesn't look quite as spherized as if you just took it and did it without this. So we're going to go around a couple times and we're just going to keep bloating the outside of the eye right inside the eyelid. When we're happy, we're going to stop, and then I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do it again. And I'm just going to kind of tap just on the inside of the lines right in here, and I'm going to go around a couple times. I'm going to go twice. Now the secret to doing the bloat and the pucker tool is to do it just sparingly. You want to just keep tapping. You don't want to get too crazy and start liquefying everything everywhere. And when I'm finished, there we go, and I select OK. Let's go ahead and take a look. Once again, there is my picture of the bloated eyes right there on the pug, and then I'm going to turn that off, and there's the original picture. I'm starting to really like the size of these eyes. I want to go out and get a pug with eyes this big because this is a really cute dog now. But anyway, once again, that was the bloat tool. Now we're going to come over here. We're going to take Linolfian's picture. This is a picture. It's a great picture. Really pretty girl here. I'm going to go ahead and turn off this layer, turn it on again, and as you can see, it just did a slight change to the nose and the lips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to duplicate the layer with the Command J right there. And then we're going to go over, once again, we're going to go to the filter. Now don't pick the Liquify at the top. Go down to Distort again and Liquify. Otherwise, if you go to that Liquify, you won't get this screen. Now we're going to come over here to the pucker tool right here. Now we're going to go to approximately double the size of her nose right there. Well, maybe 1.5 times her nose. And the key to doing this is find the areas mainly around the bulb of the nose. Some people have a little bit more of a bulb on their nose, and what we're going to do is wherever you want that to draw in, we're going to put it just to the inside of where you want to draw it in. So she's got a little bit of a bridge right here on the nose, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to touch one time just to kind of bring her nose just in a little bit, and then right here where the bulb is, I'm going to go right on the inside of that and then just kind of pull in on that bulb of the nose right in here just a little bit. When you're using this, use it judiciously, use it sparingly so it doesn't look really fake. Now the next thing I want to do is to make the nose look a little bit smaller. We want to go in here and we do want to bloat the lips just a tiny bit. So I'm going to go over here to the bloat tool one more time. I'm going to come over here. Now I want to make this a little bit smaller. You can use the left and right bracket keys. Once again, if you're international, I do not know what the keys to increase and decrease that size. You could just go over and you could click on this down arrow and move this back and forth. I like to use the left and right bracket tools because I get to see how large my brush is there. So I'm going to go ahead and keep making that a little bit smaller. And there we go. I'm going to go ahead and do the Command plus. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. And once again, we are going to bloat just on the inside of the lip line. And where you want to bloat is where it's naturally bloated, just a little bit on the lips. You can see right here, she's got a little bit of puffy lips right here. We're going to make them just a tiny bit puffier right in here. We're just going to bloat them out just a tiny bit more, just inside that lip line. And then there's another natural part of the lip up here on the top. We're going to go ahead and bloat those just a little bit more. Like I said, if you just do it sparingly, it will look very nice and it won't look that unrealistic. So we're just going to go ahead and keep bloating just a little bit right there, making her lips just a little bit poutier. Everybody's looking for that collagen look nowadays, and there we have it. I'm going to go ahead and select OK, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cycle off the visibility of this layer, and as you can see, we went from the nose being very large, having a very large bulb to the nose and bridge right there, and we reduced that nose bridge and the bulb on the nose. And if you keep looking at the lips there, the lips got a little bit poutier, a little bit fuller right there, and it also makes the nose look just a tiny bit smaller. I hope you enjoyed the Liquify tool and how to use it to bloat and pucker things. You can use the pucker tool if you want to shed a few pounds off. Maybe you have a Christmas card that you want to send somebody and you want to just trim just a tiny bit off. You can use the pucker tool. Just remember to put it just inside the area that you want to slim down, and don't overdo it. This is Chucky from Digital Goulash. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my videos, give me a thumbs up, give me a favorite, and send my link to your friends. Cheers!